We want to shift our whole system away from pills to plants, of course, right? From the pharmacy to the pharmacy. And I always emphasize at the end of my presentations, just to give people some extra motivation, because there's one thing to know all this stuff, that you should be eating whole food, plant-based. It's another thing actually doing it. I get it. Behavior change is tough. There's a lot of barriers that people have, their culture, the people at their house, their food habits, their dietary preferences, things that they're used to eating. It's hard to get that extra motivation. When I have a patient who wants to eat whole food, plant-based, but is still struggling to do so, this quote is helpful. And I'm going to show you some other slides that support this. The most ethical diet, ethical in regards to not causing harm to other beings, right? Just so happens to be the most environmentally sound diet, best for climate change. And it happens to be the healthiest. That is a very true, powerful statement. And so I remember I was at a lifestyle medicine conference once, and there was a pulmonologist talking about smoking and all these things. And he said, listen, man, when I have somebody who wants to stop smoking and they're having a hard time quitting, even though they want to, I pull up all these pictures of charred lungs and lung tumors and people with tracheostomies and all these gory things, because once they see it, they can't unsee it, right? And so if somebody needs to ditch animal products, and they know they need to ditch animal products, and they want to ditch animal products, I tell them that you need to really understand what animal agriculture is like in America. It's absolutely horrible. You need to make yourself watch what it's like. Check out the documentary Dominion. It's free on YouTube. And if you watch that and still haven't reduced your animal products, I don't know what else to say. It is a very powerful documentary. Think about how cute pigs are. My daughter, she loves pigs. Why would you ever want to eat your friends? Pigs are our friends, right? And then check out the documentary Cowspiracy. Talks all about how climate change is so crazy and driven by animal agriculture. Many people argue the number one cause of climate change is animal agriculture for so many different reasons: species extinction, deforestation, ocean dead zones, freshwater usage. And there are so many studies that really show that the food system is the major driver of climate change. Plant-based diets are the solution. This was a big study published in Nature, that meat consumption needs to be reduced by 90% in order for us to achieve our climate targets. And according to the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, a vegan diet, we'd like to say whole food, plant-based, is the best dietary pattern to reduce carbon emissions. These are some pictures from the Plant Nutrition Project. Dr. Scott Stoll tells a powerful story about how important all this is. On the standard American diet, you can feed one person. It takes about 2 football fields in order to grow enough food on a standard American diet. But on the right, on a plant-based diet, 2 football fields can feed 14 people per year, 14 times more people. So when you think about how many acres of land or football fields of land that we would be able to free up in order to, if everybody went on a plant-based diet, it's 5 billion football fields we would be able to free up if we just went on a plant-based diet. We could return it to its natural habitat, use it for so many other things. It's mind-blowing. And water, 12,000 gallons of water. It's enough for a family of 4 for a year, but 12,000 gallons of water is only 10 pounds of beef. That's it. So cut out the beef. You'd have enough water for people so much. And we're going to have a water shortage out in California. There's droughts all the time. We need to cut out the animal foods to help with the water. And we know Brazil is the world's largest beef exporter. Eating meat is linked to the Amazon fires, right? They clear the rainforest with fire frequently in order to grow crops to feed livestock and to graze livestock. It's destroying our natural carbon sequestrants, the rainforest. We really need to stop all this stuff. So just to finish off, almost done with just some quotes. Nothing will benefit human health and the increases of chances for survival of life on Earth as much as the evolution of a vegetarian diet. Back then, they didn't use the word vegan. Of course, vegan would make sense. Good old Albert Einstein, who also said that those who have the privilege to know have the duty to act. So once people know this and it presented, the blinders are taken off, right? Because a lot of people live their lives with these blinders on, doing what their culture does, eating what tastes good to them, what's convenient, what's cheap, what's their habit. But once those blinders are off, it's now your fault if you don't make change. And it's also, honestly, taking it to the next level, really you're almost obligated to spread this word, really push it in order to get other people to understand these concepts and eat more plant-based. And we are kind of going through this. All truth does pass through 3 stages. First is ridiculed. And it was massively ridiculed for the longest time, eating plant-based diets. But now it's pretty well accepted that this is the right things to do. But there are still many people who violently oppose it. Look at all these people on YouTube, these crazy YouTubers about keto diets and carnivore diets and all these other things that are out there. They're opposing it. They're saying this is wrong. And they just, don't want to admit that what they've been doing has been causing harm. But eventually, it's accepted as being self-evident because the science doesn't lie. The science is very, very strong. And we're getting close to that 3rd stage. We're going to be there hopefully pretty soon. So a lot of this stuff, check out my YouTube channel. I have lots of different YouTube videos kind of explaining how to do a vegan diet the right way, how to balance right, preventing and reversing heart disease, losing weight, all about oil. Check it out. And feel free to send me messages. I'm on social media, Twitter, Facebook, all those things. And I believe I'm going to stop sharing now, and we're going to open it up to some questions. I hope you guys learned something and enjoyed the presentation.